Lab, a group that meets at the Stars Film Center over at the Tivoli on the Denver campus. They did a great thing over the summer, getting students to participate in a project about what is their view of democracy. With the Democratic National Convention just passed here in Colorado, they got a chance to show some of their work in front of all the great people at the DNC. Let's take a look at their work and find out, in their perspective, what is democracy?
Cinemocracy is a nationwide film competition that's sponsored by the Denver Film Society. It asks the nation, what is democracy? It asks the people to define that, and our students took on this task and created 2 films. The mission with the Denver Film Society was to be able to create cinemocracy around an election year so that the politics of the time were already kind of the foundation, and then to be able to kind of work with what was going on around the nation to bring a voice to that. As Denver hosts the DNC, it's a great chance for the students to understand what is a Democratic National Convention, what part does that play in democracy, and what part does that allow them to speak to, because the films do go on to the DNC if they're chosen. And so once the films are submitted onto cinemocracy.org, then they're voted on by the public, and the top films go on to the DNC.
The name is called Downfall, and it's about a man who decided to start his own business of bookmaking. And he decided to speak his mind through the books, and he started taking go the political way. It's kind of like freedom of speech, how a lot of the times our freedom of speech isn't really free. We get put down for it all the time. And it kind of just shows how he becomes homeless because of that, and how he says democracy failed on him, but in a way it did, in a way it didn't, just because of his freedom of speech was put down.
I was fired from the only investment I made. From the company I started, I was fired. I started drinking and drinking till it became a problem. My wallet got lighter and lighter till there wasn't anything in it. My speeches never received their freedom. Democracy failed on me.
No, you didn't. This was something that was already there. Something that you knew was happening, and that was going to happen.
It's called Click, and it focuses on the media and just how we as people, as individuals, as a society tend to overlook the fact that we listen so much to the radio or what we see on TV, and how it just influences our lives so much, and we just overlook that it's such a big part in our lives.
Do any of you people know who Charles Whitman was? Private Cowboy.
Sir, he was that guy who shot all those people from that tower in Austin, Texas, sir.
That's affirmative. Charles Whitman killed...
When you going to be able to come get that title from us now? Because we're going to need you to go ahead and get that title sooner or later. We just can't have that one sitting up here in the office now.
Well, I tell you what do I need to do to get it then? I done sent for it.
He was shot down, so he says, with so little...
Your wife and I will...
In his estimation, are the last...
And yet, for all the progress that's been made in the past 4 decades, a stubborn gap remains between the living standards of Black, Latino, and white workers.
Address to the House of Commons credits Britain's Air Force, the heroic few, who, in his estimation, are the last bastion between Germany...
Complaints
from your neighbors about the conditions of your pit bulls.
Be able to do the same thing.
Dini's got a brinking like he's brinking 12.
And real estate brokers.
Of journalism.
دمشق وصلى
I think that they learn teamwork. I think that they learn responsibility. I think that they've learned what their place is in society and what it means to be able to be a part of a program like this and to have the opportunity. Yes, they learned about democracy. Yes, they learned how to do filmmaking, but above all, we gave them tools for life.